Today, we're going to learn all about the largest animal class on the planet. Introducing the arthropods. The arthropods are invertebrates, meaning they don't have internal skeletons. There are a vast amount of them, including this dancing crab, these dragonflies, this caterpillar, or even all these tiny ants. The arthropods are very different from each other. Or do you think this butterfly and this shrimp have a similarity? Truth is, they don't look alike at all. But yet all arthropods have common characteristics. Arthropod is a Latin word which means artro, joints, and podos, feet or legs. The main arthropod characteristic refers to what their name suggests. They all have jointed legs. Another fascinating characteristic that they all have in common is that their body is divided into segments, many of which, though not all, are protected by an external skeleton, which is used as a shield or a shell. Arthropods can be either terrestrial or aquatic. The terrestrials, such as this scorpion, breathe through their trachea, whereas the aquatic arthropods, such as these long lobsters, breathe through their gills. Arthropods eat everything. Some are herbivores, such as this little caterpillar. Others carnivores, like this praying mantis. And others omnivores, like the wasps, which eat everything. Most arthropods have internal fertilization and are oviparous, meaning they lay eggs to reproduce. Larvae hatch from these eggs and then go through different stages before becoming an adult. The changes is called metamorphosis. Now we're going to remember the most important things. Arthropods are invertebrates and their main characteristics are their jointed legs. Their bodies are divided into segments, and they lay eggs to reproduce, meaning they are oviparous. The terrestrial arthropods breathe through their tracheas, and the aquatic arthropods through their gills. And they can be either herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores. Lastly, and very importantly, you must remember that the arthropods are classified in 4 groups depending on the amount of legs they have. Insects, 6 legs. Arachnids, 8 legs. Crustaceans, 10 legs. And myriapods are those who have more than 10 legs and have elongated bodies.
people know scorpions can inflict a painful sting, but not much else about these amazing arthropods. In this video we count down 5 facts about scorpions. Unlike insects which generally deposit eggs outside their bodies, scorpions produce live babies. Some scorpions develop within a membrane, where they receive nourishment both from a yolk and from their mothers. Others develop without a membrane and receive nourishment directly from their mothers. The development stage can be as short as 2 months or as long as 18 months depending on the species. After birth, the newborn scorpions ride on their mother's back where they remain protected until they molt for the first time. After this they disperse. Most arthropods have relatively brief lives compared to other animals. Many insects live just weeks or months. Mayflies last just a few days, but scorpions are among the arthropods with the longest lifespans. In the wild, scorpions typically live from 2 to 10 years. In captivity, scorpions have lived as long as 25 years. Were you able to travel back in time 300 million years, you would encounter scorpions that look remarkably similar to their descendants living today. Fossil evidence shows that scorpions have remained largely unchanged. The first scorpion ancestors likely lived in the seas, and may even have had gills. By the Silurian period, 420 million years ago, some of these creatures made their way onto land. Early scorpions may have had compound eyes. Arthropods have lived on land for over 400 million years. Modern scorpions can live as long as 25 years, and that's no accident. Scorpions are champions of survival. A scorpion can live a full year without food. Because they have book lungs, they can stay submerged underwater for up to 48 hours and survive. Scorpions live in harsh, dry environments, but they can live on only the moisture they obtain from their food. They have extremely low metabolic rates, and require only 1/10 of the oxygen of most insects. Scorpions seem virtually indestructible. Scorpions produce venom. The scary looking tail is actually 5 segments of the abdomen, curved upward with a final segment called a telson at the end. The telson is where the venom is produced. At the tip of the telson is a sharp needle-like structure called an alveolus. A scorpion can control when it produces venom and how potent the venom is, depending on whether it needs to kill or protect itself from predators.
Usually, my biodiversity videos address the evolutionary history of a group of vertebrates. However, today we're going to discuss a clade of invertebrates. This is a group of predatory arachnids identified by their large claws and towering tail. So let's jump right in. Scorpions are classified in an order of arachnids, which are the 8-legged arthropods called Scorpiones. What a surprise. However, before we get to the scorpions, we have to understand arachnids. But before we can understand arachnids, we must go through chelicerates. The reason we have to do this is that this channel is very deuterostome biased, so we must manage some phylogenetics for the branch of animals known as protostomes. First, understand that protostomes develop their mouth before their anus embryonically, while the deuterostomes do the opposite. The protostomes are then broken into essentially 3 branches: arrowworms, Lophotrochozoa, and ecdysozoa. We are interested today in the ecdysozoans, so called for their ability to shed their skin through the process of ecdysis. This clade contains penis worms, roundworms, tardigrades, velvet worms, and arthropods. Arthropods originated at the start of the Cambrian, and the origin and evolution of this clade could occupy an entire video in and of itself. Arthropods are defined by having an exoskeleton, a segmented body, and paired, jointed appendages, making scorpions arthropods. Within Arthropoda is a clade called Chelicerata, whose members are defined by having appendages in front of their mouths, making scorpions chelicerates. Next, within Chelicerata is the clade Arachnida, the members of which are characterized by their 8 legs, making scorpions arachnids. Arachnids are primarily carnivorous, where most of the members are active hunters or parasites. However, there are a few exceptions, like the mostly herbivorous spider Bagheera kiplingi, named for the Black Panther. No, not that one. In Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book. Within Arachnida, scorpions have been placed in a number of locations. Some studies have placed them as sister to the Opiliones, which includes the so-called daddy longleg spider. Others have placed scorpions as sister to false scorpions and ticks, while yet others have placed scorpions as sister to the clade Pantetra pulmonata, including spiders, short-tailed whip scorpions, and tailless whip scorpions, which seems to be the current model. Previously, it was thought that scorpions were originally aquatic and moved to land later, having been identified as close relatives of the marine eurypterids, commonly called sea scorpions. However, it would appear that eurypterids are more closely related to horseshoe crabs, indicating that the last common ancestor of all arachnids was terrestrial. And, finally, we've reached the scorpions. Scorpions are identified by their three-segmented chelicerae. Remember, these are appendages in front of their mouths, grasping pedipalps, which are their claws, a segmented abdomen, or mesosoma, and a segmented tail, or metasoma. The earliest scorpions are dated to 430 million years ago, or the Silurian, such as Paleophonus. And interestingly, Gondwana Scorpio represents the oldest terrestrial animal found on the supercontinent of Gondwana, dating to 360 million years ago. That was about the start of the Carboniferous, which saw a huge increase in the amount of atmospheric oxygen. The higher level of oxygen lifted some constraints on arthropod size, since they take oxygen in through the skin, allowing them to become massive.
Top 10 most dangerous scorpions of the world. Number 10. Spitting thick-tail black scorpion. This scorpion is referred to as the 10th most dangerous scorpion on the planet. They are the natives of South Africa and reside in the jungles there. Interestingly, these scorpions also happen to be the largest species of scorpions in the world, and some of them easily measure up to 15 centimeters or 6 inches as to their length. The pincers of these scorpions may look very small. However, they are very powerful. The sting of these scorpions cuts the life out of the people. Their spitting thick tail is considered to be the most dangerous thing about them. The dose of sting that these scorpions have is very lethal in nature. These scorpions produce two different kinds of venoms, both of which are considered to be equally poisonous. The spitting thick tail of these scorpions can easily spit venom up to a distance of 1 meter. Number 9. Yellow fat tail. Yellow fat tail is referred to as the 9th most dangerous scorpions throughout the world. They belong to the group of Androctonus australis. These scorpions are known as the man-killers, and they do full justice to their name. Their sting is considered to be one of the most dangerous things that could ever happen to the mankind. These scorpions are native to Southeast Asia and North Africa and are found in abundance in the forests there. The most dangerous part of their bodies is their tail, which is likely to produce all the venom inside them. Their contact with the humans have become very common now, and every year a majority of humans fall prey to their lethal sting. The sting of these scorpions is considered to be very fast-acting, as it reaches in the central nervous system in no time. The same can lead you towards the diseases such as paralysis. Number 8. Emperor scorpion. The emperor scorpion is a species of scorpion that has been termed as the 8th most dangerous scorpion of the world. The emperor scorpion is dreadful and very dangerous. This scorpion happens to be a native African scorpion and is found in most of the jungles of Africa. This species of scorpion is also termed as one of the largest species of scorpions in the world, the venom of which will bring you in a lot of pain. However, the venom is still milder than all other species of scorpions. These scorpions are long-living, and they can easily live up to 8 long years when compared to other species. The black shiny body and the pincers on this scorpion are easily visible. These scorpions are very lazy and laid back, and therefore are not in an aggressive mood every time.